Hello, welcome back guys, and today I'm going to proceed where we ended on a previous. And if you remember correctly, a previous tutorial we learned how to create a database and create a table. So now it is the time to make a mechanism where a data should came from a sign up form and from the sign up form to the database. So first of all, we should copy a folder on that is being deposited on a desktop and come let's see, cut and go to the this PC and you go direct to where we is being led installing XAMPP. So here on my side I'm installing a local disk C and come to XAMPP and HD docs. Here it is a place where the folder should be pasted. So I have to remove that and paste. So in order to access this folder, should go to the browser and type localhost, because the server it is on my PC. So I'm saying localhost form and press enter and come to sign up form here. So make sure Apache and MySQL are running at this time. So now I'm going to jump and because I'm already finished on HTML and CSS on styling. So now it is the time to jump on a PHP. And like I said in this tutorial, I will assume you know basic PHP. So I'm not going to from the scratch. So in order to PHP run on a browser, and the extension should be not HTML, should be a PHP. So you may be asking why, because down here it is a code of HTML. So if we change the extension, the HTML was not running. No, but there's running, because when you are saving extension.php, you can run a CSS, you can run a HTML, you can run a PHP itself. So if we are saving extension.html, a PHP was not running. So now I'm going to rename those folders that I've saved.html. So let me drag a folder here. So I can come to this location and drag and drop into text editor. And let me expand. Come here. Let remove some project that I made. See here we saw it, see the login and sign up.html. So now it is the time to change. So to change you can rename, and instead of HTML should write a PHP, and also in login form, instead of login.html should be .php as well. So come again to the browser in order to see if we are not blocking anything. So here it is signup.php. There we go. So we see the form is already running without any errors. Let me check your login as well. So now we see also the login was running correctly. So now it is the time to time to make a mechanism where data should be capturing from the sign up form to the database. So we are going to using a PHP like I said, like I said. So to start a PHP, you start with like this and close then like so. But now I think PHP are not running. Let me prove here by saying echo hello world. So now PHP are not running. Hello world. Terminate with a semicolon. Don't forget that. Come again to the browser. Oopsie, wrong place, sorry. So let me refresh and sign up here. It say hello world, but it is running. But I don't know why, but the color was not changing. Oh, I see. So if we come down here, we change instead of HTML should be PHP. So let me find a PHP where it is being here. PHP, because so now the color was being changed. So I need first of all data to be sending into a database. First of all, should establish a connection between two. So should connect a form and the database. It's like when you want to communicate with another person by using a mobile phone. So a sender should be check a number and press a button of call and waiting for a result in order to a receiver to be accept that call, in order to be communicating between those two. So now here I want to connect between a form and the database. So first step is to establish a connection. So we start on declaring a variable of con. You can declare any name here of the variable, but not start with a number and like so. So we should put the equal sign and using MySQL connect. So here on the parentheses should pass 4 parameters. So a first one should be a host name. So a host name, like you see here in your browser, it is a local host. So I'm going to type local host, put a comma. So here it is a place to type a username. If in your example was being putting a username, but on my example here I'm not putting a username. So my username by default should be root. We go to I want to see the privilege. Why it says this error? But I don't know where the error is coming from. But keep in your mind that in your mind that a router, if we are not putting a username, we should write a root. But I will solve that later. But I don't know what the error is. So if a username was being writing your name, you can write your name. But my side, I'm not writing any username. But by default, you should write a root. And the password now in my PC, it is empty. So false parameters, you should write here the database name. If you remember correct database name, it is form. So here I'm going to write form like so. So if we save and come to the browser, if you not see any errors, it means that there was not blocking anything. But my side there is error. It say MySQL connect PHP network get address info failed to no such host as known. Let's see what is the problem. Oh, so here we see I'm writing a local, but I forgot to put error. So it don't know a server. So if I refresh again, so you see another error. It say uncount MySQL exception unknown database form on line number 2. Let's see if there's no form yet. Oh, I say from instead of form. So instead of from, it is instead of form, should write a from. Save, come again to the browser and refresh. Oops, a long place. Refresh. So now we see the errors being disappeared. So I've already fixed that error. If and you was got errors, you should fix in order to proceed. So now it means that your database is being connected successfully between a form and your database. In order to prove that, you should use an if statement. I put a variable $con, and if that is true, you should echo a database connected. That to be sure that we are already connected. So save, come to the browser and refresh. So you see the database connected. So it means that the database was being connected on this form. So now I'm going to comment out this code for later. I need to troubleshoot if it's getting errors. So now I'm going to use a global variable which is known as $_post. In order to use that in a form there, when you look closely here, there's no a form. For example, here a form tag. For example, here I come to the browser and refresh, but I'm still getting that message. Oh, I'm not saving. So if I refresh and click a button there, there's not directing anyone any place. So it means that you should write a form, a tag of form, open and closing tag of form, and the closing tag of form. Save, come again to the browser and refresh, click a button there. So it's refreshing, like you see at the top there, at the title, it's refreshing. So it means that the form is being running. So by default, the method should be get. That's why you see a question mark here at the URL. For example, here I'm writing a first name of John, a last name Juma, and you click a sign up. So it refresh. So it means that to use a get variable. So I don't want to use that. But I want to use a method of post. So I'm using method post. So come again at the top here and you put it in order to show the what is being posted on that form. Oh, for a second, let me explain this in deeply. So I'm going to cut, and I will undo later. So here in this input, so I'm going to put in a name. So in order that the PHP should identify a column and a property and values. So here I'm going to write a first name, or instead of writing, you can copy and paste in order to speed your work. Copy and come here again and type name, paste, copy again, name, paste, copy again as well, name, paste. Type a password, it should be at the center underscore, copy, come here and the name should be, retype a password but you would underscore to connect those two. So I need to explain what is a get easy and what is the post and how it is working. So here if I come again to the browser and type a name here, email and password 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and the type a password also I put 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. If I click a sign up, so here it is showing all data that I've been ready to put in a form. So it's showing a first name, but the name that is being typed, last name, email, password, also the type of password as well. So let me showing and illustrate a point here. So we come at the top here on a PHP, and I'm using a global variable which also print human readable information about a variable. So in order to print many items at once, you should use a print underscore readable. So here I'm using, like I said, a $_ underscore get, and we save, come again to the browser. So let me remove those words there and press enter. So here it is showing an empty array. So if I will type a first name and please sign up, and here it is showing array, there is a first name which is Jacob, but a last name it is empty, email, password, and a type a password as well. So if I say I fill all gap here, Jacob Muhammad, email Jacob Suleiman 6gmail.com, a password should be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and type a password 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 as well, and please sign up. So here we see all data that is being ready putting on this form. So it's showing a first name, last name, email, a password, and a type password as well. But we see down here, but at is a URL here also we see this is not good, because a hacker can identify a data that is being posted on that time. So I'm using a $_post so that it hiding a data that was not showing at the top here near URL. So how to use that? To use that, you can come to the form. Here we say you should put a method of post and come here to the code of PHP. Instead of $_get, we use $_post. So this is case sensitivity. We should use a capital letter, otherwise you should got errors. So come again to the browser, remove from the question there out and click enter. So it is showing again empty array, but if we want to fill those gaps here, we will notice that is all data should be not seen on a URL, so that it is showing the URL to be cleaner. And if we click here sign up, so we see down here where I'm already printed, but at the URL here we should not see that. We should not see the data that is being posted on that time. So this is much cleaner. I'm using a $_post. So here I'm going to ask, because here it ran immediately. Once we refresh, it say an empty array here. But I need to show that data once a client click a button of sign up now. So here I'm going to ask a question by using if statement. I put $_ and start with if is set. So if is set a variable $_get $_post, so there, then execute that code. For example, I'm cut that, come again and paste, save, come again to the browser. So we notice that an array should be disappeared because they are not posted. So here but why I'm still seeing, I don't know why. If it is set, I don't know why. But why I'm seeing that. Oh, you should put a variable here. Sorry for that. I was being forgetting to put that on a button of sign up now. Should add a name of who sign up. Small case sign up. Copy. Come again here. Here we should put here if is set. So it means that if the button of sign up now was being pressed, so execute that code below here. Come again and refresh. So we see an array was being disappeared. So if I click here sign up now, so we see was coming back. We see results. So let me fill at one more time. Again. So here we see the data that is being sent up on this form. So I need to see clear and clean because it stay on one line, but I need to be arrangeable properly. So use the echo tag, and use a pre tag. Copy, come and paste, close a pre tag as well. save, come again and refresh, resend, and now we see the data is being stay at is a human readable, so that you can identify a first name, a last name, email, password, and etc. So now I want this data to be sending into a database. So how to send that? To send that, it is very easier. So now I am going to separate first name, a last name, email, a password, and a password in each one variable. For example, if doesn't first name should store the first name, doesn't last name should store the last name, and etc. So now I'm going to starting with a first name. So I'll put a variable doesn't first name, first name is equal to, I'm using as well doesn't underscore post a variable should look on that form. A variable should be a first name. Come here and terminate to say semicolon. Don't forget that. So now let us remove and echo what we get in a variable doesn't first name. Doesn't first name. Save, come to the browser and resend. So here we see a Jacob. So it means that is the first name. So let me put here another name on the first name. Press sign up, show the name there. So that is the PHP. So I think we get something new there if we are a beginner. So now I'm going to duplicate. So instead of first name here again, it is your last name. Declaring a variable of last name. And also email. Email should post a email. So to duplicate, you can use on your Sublime Text. You can click Control Shift D. But on your Notepad++, you can use Control D in order to simplify your work of typing. And also to select the same variable, the same content on Sublime. You can click like this. For example, you can select. Once it's done, and select, and you click Control D to check with the match for another one. For example, here it is should be a password. Password like this. So a type of password also should be put here, but you should not sending on your database actually. We type underscore password like so. Once we done that, when we filling those gap, those input, for example, first name, last name, email, password, and type of password. So now it is the time to write a query in order to insert those data that is being inputted on your form and go into the database. So you should declare again a variable of $_query. You can declare a variable name, any name, it is your choice, but you should not start with a number. So now here I'm using a double quote, I terminate with a semicolon, and how to insert. So to insert, in simple, you can go to the, you can type here on your URL localhost/php myadmin, and it will bring on this location where it's showing the old database, and come to the form. I'm writing a form, but I don't know what you'll name that database, and come to the SQL, and here it shows the button of select, insert, update, and delete. So now I'm going to insert. I put insert. So here it is a query there. So the requirement should be right like so. Insert into users. Users, it means that a database, a table name. Sorry, it is a table name. So here open and close parentheses. Put an ID, first name, last name, email, and the password and the date as well. So now I'm going to write the same exact in that query, but I'm changing some words here. So I will start with insert. Also here you can use a small letter or capital letter, it is your choice. So but my side I'm using a capital in order to look nicely. So I'll say insert into users, that is the table name. So in order to see a table name, if we forgot, come to the database, and here it say a table. On my side I'm writing a users, so make sure you write it correctly. And you also should open your parentheses and close, and put your values. Values like so, and open and close your parentheses. So on your first open and closing curly bracket, a bracket there. So it means should put exactly the column of that database. For example, here it is the ID, first name, last name, email, and the password and the date. So should put here exactly the same. And here I'm going to copying for not to simplify your work, and copying. Come again to the text editor and paste, and between the two you should separate by using a comma. There again, comma, like so. You may be asking why I'm not putting and start with the ID, but on your database was being started on the ID, because the ID it incrementing, but auto incrementing. For example, one record inserting on a database, it write a 1 on the ID. If the second record inserting the database, it writing an ID, it is 2. So it means that it incrementing automatically. So you should not care about that on the ID. So on your value, this is a value. It means that the data that is being posted on that form should put there in order to go to the database. Like you see at the top here, there's your first name, last name, email, password, and the type of your password. So this you should match on this value. For example, here I'll start with a single quote and put a variable $, $, first name, first name. So make sure it match. For example, you start to see a first name, and also in your value should start to see a first name, because if you miss some arrangement, it give a result that is being not correctly. So now put a single quote again and put a variable of last name, that is a third column, last name, put a comma again, $, put a single quote, don't forget a single quote, and also email, comma, single quote again, $, password, but the type of password I was not putting on the database. I will explain how to use the type of password later. I think it is on the next tutorial. So here I want to see if the data was matching in order to go to the database. So I'm putting echo in order to output $ query. Don't forget to put a semicolon at the end. Come again to the browser and fill those gaps, the gaps there. A password 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Here I'm copy again and paste for simplicity, and click a button of sign up now. So now it's showing a query there. Insert into first name, last name, email, password, date, and their value. So in your first name should enter this value, last name and the email and etc. So now it means that this is the match. So now it is the time to insert into database. How to insert? To insert, we should using this. You should write MySQL underscore query, and here should write a $icon where we connect a database and your form, and the comma should put a query that it representing the table where data should be going once a client click a button of sign up. MySQL query underscore con and the comma $, a variable which is query. The terminator is using a semicolon. So in MySQL query should put two parameters like this, but in MySQL Connect you should put 4 parameters. So let me save in order to send the data into the database. So I'm not typing again. We should refresh and click a button for send. So now we see an error which saying an equal to MySQL extension column does not match, but I don't know where does not match. That look closely, does not match in a variable count row 1. So let's see where was not matching. Why it says that? Oh, I see. On a parenthesis number 1 we put a date, but in the parenthesis number 2 was not putting a date. And also, if you remember correctly, in a database where we created on the previous tutorial, on a database, in a table, column of table of date, on the column of date we see current stamp and the use time stamp. So it means that we should not put a time there on declaring a variable, so it capture automatically what is the time, what is that time. So now we remove the date there and come again and refresh, moment of truth, and send. So now we see that was, I think we should be going to the database. Let's improve here by going to browse, and there, here we see the data was being inserted. Good. For example, here it is the ID, first name, last name, email, password, and the date. So here to see, when we see that data and a date, so it capture automatically on our time that is being inserted that data. Let me insert another. I'm writing a John. The last name it is a node. Email it is john@gmail.com. A password, you can write here password, passwords. Cannot type your password. Can you click here, sign up now, and refresh, you see another record inserted on your database. So it's running immediately, like how we plan. So now let's move on reading a data from where in order to sign up. So I will see you in your next tutorial. If you are not subscribed yet, it is the time for you to subscribe in order to encourage me to improve, to put many video. Thank you.